Good day, everyone. Today, we are diving into a pivotal moment in the history of China, the Opium Wars. These conflicts fought in the 19th century fundamentally reshaped China's relationship with the West and marked the beginning of the century of humiliation for China. As we highlighted from the start, despite China's numerical superiority, it found itself outmatched by the technologically superior British. The causes of this conflict lie in the significant trade imbalance that emerged in the early 19th century. Britain, with its growing appetite for the luxurious Chinese goods like porcelain, silk, and tea, faced a constant outflow of silvers rather than its inflow. China, being largely self-sufficient and cautious of foreign influence, funneled all Western trade through a single port, and that is the port of Canton, making it difficult for the British to find the goods that the Chinese desired in return. To solve this trade deficit, the British merchants turned to the most dangerous substances in that era, the opium. As time progressed, this drug, harvested in British India, was illegally smuggled into China. While opium was officially banned in Britain, its weakened form, laudanum, was available. However, in China, the illegal trade of opium caused the widespread addiction, generating profits for the British at the expense of the Chinese people. By the late 1830s, the opium consumption was rampant across the country, pouring out several million silver dollars to buy the drug. This is not just an economic issue, but also a public health issue that undermines Chinese society from within. The Chinese government, recognizing the catastrophic impact, decided to act decisively. This then introduces us to Viceroy Lin Seisu, who launched a determined mission to end the rampant distribution of opium. Lin implemented harsh measures, including the death penalty for drug traffickers, and famously wrote to Queen Victoria pleading for a halt to the illegal trade. In 1839, he took a bold step by locking down Canton's foreign quarter and destroying vast quantities of confiscated opium. This caused significant losses for the British merchants, causing them to ask for compensation, but China refused. This resolute stance by Lin Seisu and the Chinese government set the stage for an inevitable confrontation between the two countries as tensions continued to escalate. The tensions finally reached their boiling point in July 1839, when drunken British sailors killed a Chinese villager. The British refused to hand them over to the Chinese courts, further inflaming tensions. Viceroy Lin responded by forbidding food sales to British nationals, and this resulted in several skirmishes such as the Battle of Kowloon and the Battle of Chuanpi that caused the British forces to retreat from China. But in June 1840, Britain returned with a formidable fleet, capturing Dinghai and eliminating every Chinese forces at the coast. This clearly demonstrates the British technological superiority, particularly with their steam-powered gunboats, which decimated the outdated Chinese navy. In early 1841, British forces captured Canton, and the war ended in 1842 with the humiliating Treaty of Nanking. This treaty forced China to open 5 ports to British trade and cede Hong Kong, marking a significant shift in the balance of power to the Western bloc. This war is the first Opium War, but another one is waiting for its turn. Despite the first treaty, The opium trade continued, and by the 1850s, China was further weakened by internal strife, notably Taiping Rebellion. In 1856, a diplomatic incident involving the British ship Arrow provided Britain with justification for another war against China. This time, France joined the British using the murder of a French missionary as justification. This war, the Second Opium War, again highlighted the overwhelming Western level and technological superiority. After a setback at the Datau fort, a larger Anglo-French army marched on Peking or modern-day Beijing in 1860. The Chinese army was swiftly defeated and the emperor fled the town. The Second Opium War concluded with the Convention of Peking, which further exposed China to foreign influence, legalized opium, and imposed heavy war reparations. The Chinese Emperor Xiang Feng, himself an opium addict, died within a year, and becoming a symbol of national humiliation. While Britain eventually stopped selling opium to China in 1907, the addiction itself still plagued the country up until the 1950s, when Mao Zedong's government ruled it out. The Opium Wars marked the start of a dark chapter in the Chinese history, often referred to as the century of humiliation, fundamentally altering China's trajectory and solidifying European presence in the region for decades to come. This period of intense foreign intervention and internal strife significantly weakened the Qing dynasty, paving the way for its eventual collapse and the rise of nationalist movements determined to restore Chinese sovereignty and pride. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Goodbye.